All right, so once again, I'm gonna give you guys the answer. If you don't need to check your work, you're ready to go on the lesson, you can stop the video and continue on with the lesson. Okay, so number 1, 13, 2, 0. Number 3, x equals 12. 4, x is less than x equals 4. 5, x equals 6. 6, x equals 10. Number 7, oops, $7 per week, and number 8, $2 2 hours per day. All right, so if you do not need any explanation, you're ready to go on to the lesson, you may do so. All right, so for the rest of us, let's go ahead and go over these answers. So let's look at number 1. All right, so I have 3 plus 2 times 5. All right, so if I follow my order of operations, I do multiplication for addition. So I have 3 plus 10, which equals 13. Okay, so my answer is 13. All right, number 2, a little bit longer one. Okay, so 2, right? So remember, I need to do parentheses, then exponents, but really, I can go ahead and do both. I can do that exponents, but I can't do anything else until I work. It's probably best to work inside the parentheses. For the sake of space, I'm going to go ahead and do both at the same time. So let's go right to the problem. 2 to the third minus 2 times 8 minus 12 divided by 3. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do my exponent, which 2 to the third power is 8 minus 2. Right, so inside my parentheses, I got to follow the same order of operations. So before, I can't take away 8 minus 12. I got to do 12 divided by 3, which is going to get me 4. So my problem is 2 times 8 minus 4. All right, now I can keep on going. So 8 minus 2 and 8 minus 4 is 4. And so now I have 8 minus 8, which equals 0. All right, number 3, or 3 through 6. This one's a little bit tricky, and there's different strategies. You're just trying to rule out the best. You're just trying to see which of these possible answers match would meet these following inequalities. So the first one, 3, I'm going to look at, that's pretty kind of the easier one, because the only number up there that x can be that is greater than 11 is 12. All right, so that right off the bat, that one's going to be hopefully a little bit more obvious. If not, it's okay. All right, so now let's look at x is less than or equal to 5. All right, so x is less than or equal to 5. All right, so I can rule out 12 is already ruled out, but so is I can rule out 10 because 10 is greater than 5, and 6 because 6 is also greater than 5. So my only choice is 4. And ask yourself, does that make sense? Is 4 less than or equal to 5? And the answer is yes. Number 5, 18 equals 3x. So that one you can just actually do the, 18 equals 3x. That one's actually going to require you to do the inverse operation. So 18 equals 3x. So this is number 5. I'm going to go to circle number 5. And divide both sides by 3. And I get 18 divided by 3 is 9. And then these cross each other out. So 9 equals, 18 divided by 3 is 6. I don't know where I got 9 from. So 6 equals x. And then my only remainder would be x minus 5. 10 is my only remaining one, but I can go ahead and do the inverse operation if I didn't do it in this order to see what I got. So x minus 5 equals 5. And do the inverse operation. Plus 5 plus 5. Let's cross each other out. And so I'm left with x equals 10. All right, number 7 and 8. So these are actually unit rates. And when you hear the word unit rate, one of the values that you're working with needs to be 1. A unit is 1. If it was plural units, then it would be more than 1, but unit is 1. So if I have $28 in 4 weeks, you can do this a couple different ways. I'm going to do a ratio table. because I really pressured my kids into ratio tables or held them to it. So now there's easier ways to do this, but some more difficult ratios, rates, this is actually very helpful. So I have, let's go ahead and say money and weeks. All right, so I start off with money, $28, and for 4 weeks, so I'm at 4. So I want to get my week. The best way to do it, and it's really hard to determine which one to do unit. Should I reduce money to unit, or should I reduce the week to the unit rate? And what I told my students is what makes the most sense, and two, sometimes what is easier, right? It's much easier to reduce that 4 to and then divide 28 by 4 than it is to reduce 28 to a unit and then divide 4 by 28. So to reduce your unit rate, so you divide it both, to divide whatever number you want as a unit by itself. So 4 divided by 4 is 1, and then 28, the same thing on top, and you get 28 divided by 4 is 7. So let's write it $7 per week. All right. Number 8. I'm going to do the same ratio table. I know there's not the only way to do it, and probably not the easier way, but these tables really help out with a lot of ratio problems, some more complex problems. So let me do this one a little bit bigger. So I got 10 hours of digital learning in 5 days. So I got I'm comparing hours, days, all right? And so when I want to unit rate, which one makes the most sense? Do I want to reduce my hours? So, or would I want to reduce my days? And really, I would say per day. I would reduce that. To me, it's the easier choice. So hours, I have 10 and 5 days. So I'm going to divide the days divided by 5. So I'm dividing by itself to get 1. And divide 10 divided by 5. And I get 2. So 2 hours per day. All right. So let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and pause the video. Go on to the lesson, and I'll see you in the next video.